What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Let's dive into our first news. Khabib says the potential fight between Islam and Ilya could be even bigger than Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. During a recent appearance on the Weighing In podcast, Khabib shared his thoughts on both matchups and gave a strong opinion that surprised many fans. He believes that Islam versus Ilya would not only be a massive fight but could actually surpass Jones versus Pereira in terms of global excitement and fan anticipation. Khabib explained that while Jon Jones and Pereira are both huge stars, their fight appeals more to hardcore MMA fans. In contrast, Islam and Ilya represent the new wave, two undefeated champions from completely different backgrounds, both dominant in their divisions and both at the peak of their popularity. According to Khabib, that's what makes it special. He said people all over the world are already talking about this potential matchup, and that kind of energy can make it the biggest fight the UFC has ever seen. He went on to say that Jones versus Pereira is definitely a big fight, no doubt about it, but it doesn't have that same fresh excitement factor. Islam has dominated everyone in his path at lightweight and welterweight, while Ilya has quickly become one of the most explosive and fearless fighters in the UFC. When two fighters like that collide, it's more than just a title bout, and it's a clash of styles, cultures, and fan bases. Khabib pointed out that Islam's wrestling and Ilya's knockout power would make for an unpredictable and thrilling fight. He believes fans from every corner of the world would tune in to see who finally breaks first. While Jones versus Pereira is legendary in its own right, Khabib insists that Islam versus Ilya would define the next generation of superstars. He ended by saying both fights are great, but Islam versus Ilya is simply on another level. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news, Islam Makhachev recently revealed which fighters he believes should spend 2 to 3 years training in Dagestan, saying it would completely change their game. But Islam made it clear right away that Conor is not welcome. He laughed and said, "Conor, no, not allowed. Straight no. He don't have to come." Makhachev was quick to dismiss the idea of Conor ever training there, saying there's just no place for him in Dagestan. When asked about other fighters, Islam had a few interesting picks. He said that some guys really need that Dagestani lifestyle and grind to level up their skills. According to Islam, living there isn't just about wrestling or grappling, it's about discipline, mentality, and developing the kind of toughness that defines Dagestani fighters. He mentioned, Paddy, he have to live in Dagestan to learn how to wrestle. Islam didn't hold back when it came to Paddy Pimblett, saying he'd have to stay there for years if he really wants to improve his ground game. He joked that Paddy might even have to live like a local to understand the difference between Dagestani wrestling and what most fighters do elsewhere. Moving down the list, Islam brought up Michael Chandler, saying, Chandler, yeah, he have to spend some time in Dagestan. He praised Chandler's heart and power, but said the cardio and endurance that comes from Dagestani training would take him to another level. Islam smiled and added, for cardio, he have to come. When the host mentioned Kamaru Usman, Islam nodded and said, Kamaru already been there. He gave credit to Usman for visiting Dagestan before and understanding what kind of training goes on there. Then came Leon Edwards, and Islam reminded everyone that Leon had already trained at AKA, saying, he can come, he know what to expect. Finally, when JDM's name came up, Islam grinned and said, Mandalena, it's good area for him, welcome. Through the conversation, Islam showed pride in the Dagestani system and what it represents. He explained that for many fighters, spending just a few months there isn't enough. You have to live that life, embrace the mountains, the grind, and the discipline that comes with it. For Islam, Dagestan isn't just a place to train, it's where champions are built. Moving on to another news, Dustin Poirier shared his prediction for the upcoming fight between Islam and JDM at UFC 322, explaining why he thinks the bout could be challenging for Islam if he can't get the fight to the ground. Poirier, who shared the octagon with Islam in a 2024 Fight of the Year candidate at UFC 302, has first-hand experience with what Islam brings in both striking and grappling. In that fight, Poirier ultimately succumbed to a 5th-round submission, giving him nearly 5 full rounds to feel the pace, pressure, and versatility of Islam inside the cage. That experience gives him a strong understanding of what JDM is walking into when he faces Islam on Saturday at MSG in New York. In a recent interview with MMA Junkie's Mike Bond, Poirier broke down why he believes the fight will test Islam's ability to adapt under pressure. He explained that Islam can't simply exchange combinations with JDM in the center of the cage without risking trouble. Poirier emphasized that Islam will need to consistently threaten with grappling throughout the fight. He said he has to threaten with grappling somewhere. He can't just sit there and exchange combinations with JDM in the center of the cage. I don't think he can do that. He's going to lose if he does that. Poirier pointed out that while Islam might land shots or find moments of success on the feet, he must keep returning to JDM's legs to keep him guessing and prevent the fight from being one-dimensional. professional. Dustin also highlighted that Islam cannot rely on pure kickboxing for 25 minutes, as JDM's pace and striking abilities will create openings. He explained that Islam must mix in takedown threats and maintain unpredictability to control the rhythm of the fight. According to Poirier, the fight's outcome will largely depend on Islam's ability to impose his grappling and wrestling while managing JDM's striking. When asked about the potential winner, Poirier said he leans toward Islam by decision, but acknowledged that JDM has the tools to pull off an upset. He mentioned, "I would think Islam by decision, but if JDM does win, I'm not going to be totally blown away if he lands a shot that hurts Islam, a knee or something. Obviously, if he beats Islam by decision or submits Islam, then I'm going to be blown away. But I've got to go Islam by decision. If I was betting on it, that's what I would bet on." Poirier stressed that JDM has everything it takes to create danger, but if he had to make a final call, he sees Islam edging out the victory, using his well-rounded skills and experience to navigate the tough challenge presented by JDM. Moving on to another news, Renato Moicano has officially responded to Mauricio Ruffy after the young prospect claimed the UFC was targeting a potential matchup between the two. Last week, Ruffy told reporters that a fight with Moicano made sense stylistically, but he wasn't exactly thrilled about it since he's been a longtime fan of Moicano. He said he respected Renato too much to feel excited about facing him, though he'd still take the opportunity if offered. Now, Moicano has fired back with a calm but clear message on X. He wrote, "A lot of people asking about what Ruffy said. UFC hasn't contacted me. They haven't even considered it yet. I'll wait to make a statement." He continued by addressing the rumors about a potential fight taking place in Australia, saying, "One thing is certain, fighting in Australia, losing a significant part of the purse is unfeasible." The post quickly gained attention among fans, many agreeing with Moicano's point about international taxes cutting into fighter pay. While nothing is official yet, Moicano made it clear he's not signing anything until the numbers make sense. For now, both fighters seem open but are waiting on the UFC's move. Moving on to another news, Alexander Volkanovski has shared his prediction and advice for JDM ahead of the highly anticipated fight against Islam. Having faced Islam twice, Volkanovski knows better than most what JDM will be walking into, and he offered detailed insight into how Jack should approach the matchup. In a recent YouTube video, Volkanovski emphasized that JDM should do everything he can to stay off the ground and focus on tiring Islam out during scrambles. He made it clear that while JDM is skilled on the ground, the fight should ideally remain standing, where Islam's grappling dominance is minimized. Volkanovski expressed his respect for Islam, calling him a great athlete and a great person, even mentioning that he would love to train with him in the future. However, when it comes to fight night, Volkanovski strongly supports JDM, saying, "Aussie, Aussie, Aussie, right? It's simple, right? Jack's great on the ground, but we don't want it to go to the ground. Even though Jack's good there, that's Islam's world. That's all he does 24/7 since he was walking. Literally, probably wrestling before he started walking. That's how long these guys have been doing this." He advised JDM to be comfortable enough in scrambles to maintain urgency, use his weight effectively, and tire Islam whenever possible. Volkanovski explained that in his own experience, he was able to wear Islam down through numerous little scrambles, and JDM can implement a similar strategy to take away some of Islam's gas and reduce his effectiveness in the later rounds. He stressed the importance of avoiding complacency in wrestling exchanges and keeping the fight on the feet, where JDM can impose his striking and maintain control over distance. Volkanovski described the ideal game plan for JDM, saying, "Jack is going to understand I ain't even letting you try to get this on the floor. I'm going to try and beat you on the feet. I'm going to keep you away. I'm going to have strong hips. I'm going to be very stubborn on the feet, stubborn on the wrestling. If it goes down, stubborn to build myself back up." And he's a great grappler as well, so he can definitely do that. But Jack needs to keep it on the feet, and that's what he wants. In conclusion, Volkanovski made his prediction clear, fully backing JDM to come out on top. He firmly stated that for him, the pick is simple, supporting the Australian fighter with confidence and enthusiasm, saying, "You need my pick? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie." His advice and analysis highlight that staying on the feet, controlling distance, and wearing down Islam during scrambles will be key to JDM's success in this highly anticipated clash. Moving on to another news, Ariel Adesanya has shared his prediction for the upcoming fight between JDM and Islam. Having spent time training with JDM, Izzy believes the reigning champion will make the matchup look easier than many expect. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Adesanya explained that he expects JDM to defend the takedowns effectively and eventually finish Islam on the feet with strikes. He said, "Bro, I'm not trying to count Islam out, but I just know Jack. I know that when Jack keeps getting up, it's going to be a problem, and Islam's going to be forced to strike. And when he's forced to strike with Jack, he's going to get hurt." Adesanya acknowledged Islam's credentials, calling him one of the best Dagestanis and one of the most efficient fighters in history. However, he pointed out that JDM has the skill set to counter Islam's strengths. He referenced previous fights where other top fighters, like Dustin Poirier, were able to survive and recover from Islam's submissions, showing that even elite opponents can manage Islam's game if they have the right strategy. Izzy also mentioned witnessing JDM's striking firsthand, noting that Jack's boxing has the power power and precision to trouble Islam, which reinforces his prediction that JDM could score significant damage standing. Adesanya further explained that while Islam will likely get takedowns at some points in the fight, it won't last long. He expects JDM to stuff takedown attempts consistently from the opening bell until the fight concludes. Izzy emphasized that JDM's strategy is not just about being strong at home in Australia, but about having the skills to stifle Islam's game. He said, "I really think that JDM has the skills to stifle Islam's game and be able to stay on the feet and knock him out. It might be the second round, might be the third, but we'll see." Izzy highlighted JDM's ability to maintain control, avoid prolonged grappling exchanges, and create opportunities to land decisive strikes. According to Adesanya, the combination of JDM's wrestling defense, striking power, and strategic mindset makes him a dangerous opponent for Islam, capable of turning the tide in his favor. In summary, Adesanya sees JDM imposing his style, keeping the fight standing, and potentially finishing Islam with precise striking. He firmly believes that JDM has the tools and skills to navigate Islam's grappling, dominate the striking exchanges, and potentially score a knockout, making this a must-watch matchup that could end in spectacular fashion. Moving on to another news, Ariel Helwani has gone off on Ali Abdelaziz following recent viral footage of the manager putting popular streamer Aiden Ross to sleep during a live stream. Speaking on his MMA show on YouTube, Helwani slammed Ali for ignoring multiple taps from Aiden and criticized him for stealing the spotlight from fighters who could have used the opportunity to gain exposure. Ariel pointed out that there were people in the gym who might have benefited from the attention, but instead, Ali volunteered himself to take the main stage. Helwani highlighted the sequence on the mats, describing how Ali was rolling with Aiden, tapping him out repeatedly, yet ignoring Aiden's taps. He said, "He's tapping out multiple times, I mean going pretty damn hard on this guy. A kid, an amateur, 25 years old, multiple taps here, multiple taps. Ignoring for what? To be harsh?" Ariel emphasized that this behavior reflects Ali's obsession with attention and main character syndrome, saying, "I see yellow stars right now. Never seen a guy with a greater main character syndrome than Ali." He criticized Ali for taking an opportunity that could have helped other fighters build their profile, pointing out that if someone like Usmanov, a PFL champion, tapped out Aiden, the exposure would directly benefit the athlete. Instead, Ali chose to do it himself, seemingly for clout and association with the streamer. Ariel continued, "Because you want the rub off Aiden. You want the clout. You want to be associated with him because you're dying to get this attention. And not only do you do it, you actually go pretty damn hard on the guy. You ignore his multiple taps all to show that you know you're the guy. You're the main character. It's crazy to me." Helwani also stressed that as a manager, Ali should be in the background orchestrating opportunities for the fighters he represents. He explained that the proper approach would be to place the fighter they're trying to promote in the role with Aiden, allowing them to get exposure while Ali remains behind the scenes. He added, "This is the guy who should be in the background. This is the guy who should be orchestrating all this. This is the guy who should say, okay, we're trying to build you up. You roll with him, you play around with him, and then you tap him out and now everyone will clip off that you did it. Or even John Pork or whomever they're trying to push right now. Put that guy in there, not you. Why are you doing it?" Ariel's critique underscores the belief that Ali Abdelaziz, as a manager, should prioritize the growth and spotlight of his fighters rather than using opportunities for personal attention, showing frustration at what he sees as misplaced priorities and a focus on clout over career development. Moving on to another news, JDM has dismissed claims that he'll have a size advantage over Islam. In a recent interview with Brett Okamoto of ESPN MMA, Jack Della Maddalena addressed the speculation surrounding his matchup with Islam Makhachev. JDM explained that neither he nor his team ever expected Islam to be a small welterweight, and they've been preparing for a big, strong version of the former lightweight champion. He emphasized that both fighters will be very similar in size on fight night, removing any notion of a significant weight advantage. JDM shared that the camp has been focused on anticipating a more filled-out, healthy Islam. He said, "We've this whole camp, since knowing Islam was going to come up, we believed he's going to be a big, strong welterweight. Definitely don't think I'm going to have a big weight advantage, to be honest. I think he's just going to be more filled out, probably healthier." He made it clear that all preparations have been based on facing a top-tier, well-prepared Islam, and that the fight will be a true test of skill and strategy, rather than relying on any perceived physical superiority. When discussing the fight itself, JDM predicted that Islam will spend the majority of the matchup pushing for takedowns. He said that he expects 25 minutes of consistent pressure, with Islam always looking to use his wrestling to gain control, though not necessarily in a desperate way. JDM noted that the takedown threat will always be present, and he's prepared to counter it while maintaining his game plan. He believes that even in later rounds, Islam will continue to look for opportunities, making the fight dynamic and challenging. JDM also emphasized that the matchup will test both fighters' endurance and ability to adapt under pressure. He highlighted that Islam's approach will be calculated, strong, and strategic, rather than reckless, and that this makes the fight even more exciting for fans. The matchup promises to be a clash of evenly matched accomplished athletes, with both fighters bringing high-level skills and tactical awareness into the octagon. In summary, JDM dismissed any ideas of having a size advantage, stressing that Islam is a strong, healthy welterweight who has been well prepared for this fight. The bout is expected to be competitive, with Islam pushing for takedowns throughout, while JDM remains ready to handle every challenge presented inside the cage. Both fighters are expected to deliver an action-packed, strategic matchup that tests every aspect of their abilities, ensuring fans will be treated to a thrilling performance from start to finish. Moving on to another news, Alex Pereira has just sent a bold message to Jon Jones, and it's already blowing up across social media. Pereira posted a short clip on his Instagram, where he appeared confident and composed, clearly in fight mode. In the caption, he wrote, "Jon Jones, White House, Chama." The post immediately caught the attention of fans, who started speculating that Pereira was teasing a potential move up to heavyweight and possibly setting up one of the biggest fights in UFC history. In the video, Pereira looked sharp and focused as someone off camera asked, "Alex, you're looking great. Who do you want to fight next?" Without hesitation, he replied, "Jon Jones, watch your house, Sharma." The message was short, but it said everything it needed to. A clear warning to the reigning heavyweight king that Pereira has his eyes on him. Moments after the video went viral, Ariel Adesanya jumped into the comment section, dropping a cheeky line saying, "Even dodges the bird." Fans immediately flooded the post with reactions, with many calling this the start of another legendary rivalry in the making. The message from Pereira wasn't just a playful jab. It sounded like a genuine call-out, showing his confidence to take on the best of the best, even at heavyweight. The clip now has millions of views, with fight fans around the world already dreaming of what a Pereira versus Jon Jones showdown could look like. That's it from MMA Pulse News. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.